Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Quentin here, and welcome to tutorial number 19. And in this tutorial, I want to talk to you guys about something called a switch statement. So let's say we were writing a program where we asked the user what his or her favorite type of car was, and then we wanted to give them a custom response back depending on what value they entered. Okay, well, we already know that we could use a whole bunch of if statements. So we could create a variable here, and let's say the user entered Ferrari as their favorite car. Then we could go ahead and we could check if car is equal to Ferrari, then we'll go ahead and we'll do something. And if car is not equal to Ferrari, then we'll go ahead and say else. If car is equal to Porsche or whatever, then we'll go ahead and do something else. And we could carry on creating a whole bunch of if statements for every single condition. But that wouldn't be very tidy, and it's actually not the most efficient method for checking for a whole bunch of cases. Okay, so what the guys at JavaScript did was they created this cool thing called a switch statement. And what a switch statement does is it basically checks for conditions a lot like if statements, and we can print out code or execute code depending on what condition we've met, but it does it in a much neater and a much more efficient way than using a whole bunch of if statements. Okay, so the syntax for a switch statement goes as follows. Okay, we type in the keyword switch followed by two parentheses with the variable name inside. Okay, so whatever our variable is, in our case we're working with car, so I'm going to go ahead and just write in car, and then we put in our two curly braces and we break down. Okay, and now what we do is we use this keyword case. Okay, and that basically means in the case that car is equal to whatever follows this. Okay, so this is our condition over here. Okay, so case the car is equal to Ferrari, then add in a semicolon here, then we'll go ahead and we'll do something. So these are our statements. Oops. Okay, statements. Okay, so basically this means if car, that's our variable there, is equal to Ferrari, then do this code. And we can go ahead and add in a whole bunch of other cases. So case case car is equal to Porsche, then we can go ahead and do something else. Don't forget the semicolon though, or the colon, sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually make our program do something. And what I want to do is we'll just print stuff out on the screen. So document dot write, and what do we want to write on the screen? Well, if it's Ferrari, we can just write out Italian stallion, eh? And if it's a Porsche, we can probably just write something like German precision, eh? Precision, I like that. And we might as well add in one more case, so go ahead and copy that just because it's easier. So case Dodge, and then we could probably say something, because Dodge is American, like American cars can't corner properly. Haha, just kidding. Cool. So basically what we're doing now is we're checking if car is equal to Ferrari, then we'll go ahead and do this. Else, if car is equal to Porsche, then we'll go ahead and do this. Okay, but I've actually left out a very important part of our switch statement, and that is this keyword called break. Okay, and we need to do that at the end of every single one of our cases. So I'll go ahead and add this in here, and I'll explain what it does in just a second. Okay, so basically what the break statement does, or yeah, the break, it is a statement. Okay, the break statement, what that does, okay, is instead of going through our entire switch statement, what the computer is going to do is it's going to say, case our car is equal to Ferrari, I'll go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to break out of the statement. In other words, I'm not going to continue checking for another match, okay? Because there's no point. So normally, if you don't include a break statement, what would happen is this statement would run and it would check case the car is equal to Ferrari. Okay, I'll do this. But because this is not a break statement, I'm going to carry on checking for Porsche and Dodge, and it's actually just going to waste time, basically, checking for cases that don't matter. So that's why you go ahead and you just add in this break statement. And what that means is once you've found the case you are looking for, do this code and then break out of the statement. So in other words, don't continue with the rest of it. Okay, so when we go ahead and save this and run this in Firefox, oops, I need to minimize that again. Okay, then we get this Italian stallion, printed out on the screen. So we know that this works because our car is indeed equal to Ferrari, and the case of Ferrari was supposed to print out Italian stallion, And we could go ahead and change this to Porsche just to make sure it's working. They are spelled the same, right? Okay, cool. Go ahead and go back to Firefox, click refresh, and now we get German precision. I like that, which is exactly what we're supposed to print out if the case was equal to Porsche. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But now what happens if the user entered something that isn't in our case statement? So let's say they entered in that their favorite car was Ford, or favorite type of car was Ford. Then we don't have a case in our switch statement that matches anything. Okay, so it's going to check, is car equal to Ferrari? Well, no, it's not, because it's equal to Ford. Is it equal to Porsche? Well, no, it's not. And then, is it equal to Dodge? Well, no, it's not. And then it's going to go ahead and do absolutely nothing. So when we save this and we refresh this in Firefox, you can see there's nothing on our screen. Okay? And the reason for that is obviously because there was no case that matched the value Ford. And this might be a problem that happens to you guys often, because you can't really judge exactly what the user is going to enter. They might enter something that's completely not valid, and then you're going to have to go ahead and give them a default message. Okay, so what the guys at JavaScript did was they gave us this ability to create a default case. Okay, and to create a default case, you just type in the keyword default followed by the colon, and whatever statements we add in after our default statement or default case will be printed out or executed if the computer doesn't find a match in our switch statement before that. Okay, so what our computer will then do is it's going to check, okay, is car is equal to Ford? Well, car is not the case of Ferrari, it's not equal to Ferrari. Well, we'll skip this. Is car equal to Porsche? No, it's not, it's equal to Ford, so we'll skip this. Well, is car equal to Dodge? No, it's not, it's equal to Ford, so we'll go ahead and the only other thing left to do is the default statement. So whatever we're going to do on the default, that is what's going to print out. Okay. So what we can do now is we'll just print I don't know that car printed out on the screen. So I don't know that car. Okay. And I'm not going to put in a break statement here. And the reason why is because once the computer's got to this default statement, that is the end of my switch statement. Okay. There is no point in breaking out of this because this is the end. It's not going to save any more time breaking out of the end. It's going to end anyways. You know what I'm saying? So there's no point in using a break statement underneath your default case. So let's go ahead and save this, and then we can go ahead and run this in Firefox. And now you can see I don't know that car is printed out on the screen. Now the reason why that happened, of course, is because the computer ran through all these cases. So it saw that car was equal to Ford, and then obviously that was not the matching case, and this is not a matching case, and this is not a matching case. So the only other thing left to do was our default case, which was to print out I don't know that car on the screen. Okay, and if we go ahead and we change this back to Dodge, not Didge, Dodge, then save that and run this in Firefox, then you can see American cars can't corner properly printed out on the screen, which is the case for Dodge. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you guys can come right by using your own switch statements in your programs, and that's all I have for you guys in this video. So don't forget to subscribe, please leave a comment, and if you like this video, if you found it helpful, then click that like button below, and I will see you guys next time.